Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel, and I'm back with an autumnal recipe. Today I'm going to be making Mexican calabaza con leche, which translates to Mexican pumpkin drowned in milk. Well, I don't know about drowned because that sounds a little bit scary, doesn't it? Well, you definitely pour milk all over this delicious pumpkin. I gotta say that this always takes me back to my childhood every time I make it. It's essentially poached pumpkin sweetened with sugar and fragrant autumnal spices. It's perfect for this cold weather, especially if you love pumpkin. I love pumpkins! Now before we get started, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, give me a big thumbs up, and let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'd really appreciate it as it helps the channel. And you can also find me on Instagram and TikTok at HisKitch. Okay, let's get started. This is what you'll need.
A small cooking pumpkin, a stick of cinnamon, some orange peel, 3 to 4 cloves, fresh ginger, star anise, some brown sugar or piloncillo, about 1.5 cups worth, and a dash of vanilla. Also for the final product, you can add any type of milk that you want. I prefer oat milk, but you can take your pick.
Okay, I gotta say, to cut the pumpkin, you gotta be very careful. I'm not an expert on pumpkin cutting, however, this is how I've done it.
Before you cut the pumpkin, make sure that you give it a quick rinse in the sink. Okay, what I've done is I've just poked the top of the pumpkin, and I let it go all the way to the bottom until it reaches the cutting board. Then I turn the pumpkin to its side, and then I let gravity do all the work. Now make sure that you keep your fingers away from the blade. It's very important. Don't let me down. I know you're smarter than that. And there you go. That's all you do to split the pumpkin in half, and then I can clean out the insides. Now there's no real easy way to do this next part, so I just use a spoon like everybody else and loosen up the insides of the pumpkin. I don't know what it is, but I really like that scraping sound that you get from pumpkins, you know what I mean? And once you have all the innards, you can save them for something else. Now if you want to cook the pumpkin seeds, all you have to do is just boil the pumpkin seeds in some salt water for about 10 to 12 minutes and then put them in the oven at 150 degrees Celsius, or that's around 300 degrees Fahrenheit, for another 10 to 12 minutes, and there you go. You can enjoy the pumpkin seeds. Now back to the recipe. Then what I'm going to do is just cut off the top and then chop my pumpkin down a bit further. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just think about how you're going to serve it. To get the orange peel, I take a clean orange and a kitchen peeler, and I just peel some of the skin off and place it into a bowl. You could also use a zester, but I find this to be the easiest way to do it. How much orange peel do you need? Well, as much as you'd like. I like my pumpkin to be a little bit more on the fragrant side, so I'm getting quite a bit of orange peel off of this. Now, as you can see, I've done just a little bit under half of the orange, but you can do as much or as little as you want. Or as we'd like to say, a su gusto. I really love ginger. I feel like it adds a really warm feeling to your dish. I'm going to take a pretty big chunk of it. I'm going to add in about 1 inch worth of ginger, about the size of my thumb. I'm going to remove the skin off of the ginger. I find the easiest way to do this is by trimming off the edges with a knife. Now I'm going to throw everything into my pot with some water. I usually run the kettle so I can have some hot water, but if you don't have a kettle, you could use cold tap water, but it'll just take a little bit longer to heat up in the pot.
You can also use cinnamon powder, but I like to use cinnamon sticks. And actually, did you know that cinnamon makes a great anti-inflammatory? I actually have a video on the history of cinnamon. If you want to check out that video, click on the link in the description below.
I'm going to poach my pumpkin until it's nice and tender, which is usually about 30 to 40 minutes. And there you have it. You serve it up in a dish with some of the sweet broth, shall I say, and then you pour the milk of your choosing all over it. So what does it taste like? Well, if you like pumpkin with all of those beautiful winter spices, you're going to love this dish.
But hey, don't just take my word for it. Let's go to the taste test. Roll the clip. Okay, you guys, I'm going in for the taste test now. I just added some oat milk for me. Yum. It is delicious.
I just added in some oat milk for me just because I prefer oat milk, but you can have it with fresh milk, or you could even have it with double cream as it was suggested by one of my followers on Instagram.
Yes, I do have a different t-shirt on when I am recording the food making process. This has to be my favorite autumnal dish. It's very homely and comforting. For a lack of a better word, it's just really nice. It's really nice. I love pretty much anything pumpkin. But did you know that before pumpkins were used as jack-o'-lanterns, they were actually made out of turnips? And I gotta say that they're actually way scarier than any pumpkin jack-o'-lantern you'll ever find. I actually have a video on jack-o'-lanterns on my channel. If you want to learn more about jack-o'-lanterns and their history and the folklore behind them, click on the link in the description to check out the video and let me know what you think. It's kind of an old video. The acting isn't great, but I'll let you be the judge. Well, that does it for me, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And yeah, make sure you hit the subscribe button, give me a big like, and leave a nice comment down below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Please check out my other videos and hit the subscribe button for more content from me, and I will see you next time. This is His Kitch.